Fat loss rule number 5. Eat quality carbs. There seems to be a lot of confusion these days around carbohydrates, aka the now infamous carb. You see, as a whole, they've been somewhat vilified over the past decade as a cause of diabetes, heart disease, and muffin tops everywhere. And now, there's definitely some very carb-heavy foods that are made with absolute garbage ingredients, but there's also a lot of really good carbohydrates out there that give you excellent sources of nutrients, polyphenols, fiber, and fantastic energy. What can be confusing is that a lot of people think of carbs just as being bread, pasta, or cookies, but you'll also find carbs in fresh fruit, squash, sweet potatoes, rice, and whatnot, of that kind of stuff. Now, but what can make things even trickier though is, say you might be used to using almond milk on a regular basis, which normally doesn't have many carbs in it at all. But one day you decided you're going to go ahead and try the vanilla flavored one. And next thing you know, you're halfway through the carton before you realize that there's just about as many grams of carbohydrates in there as there are protein and fat combined. Sugary carbs are tasty and food manufacturers will sneak them into everything. But on the other side of the spectrum, you've got a food like celery, which has got per stalk about 1.5 grams of carbohydrates, which is 6 calories. And half of that is fiber, which is going to pass right through you. So in order to keep things less confusing, we use whole foods in our meal plans. Next, we split our carbs into 2 different categories. One is going to be heavier and starchier carbs like sweet potatoes and rice, which you're actually going to measure so you can track the amount of calories that you're taking in. And on the other side of the spectrum, you're going to have vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower and celery, which you can basically eat as much of as you want because they're so nutrient dense and they've got a lot of fiber but so low calorically. Want further clarity on what this actually looks like in a meal? Get my 1-week meal plan that's going to have everything you need, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as recipes and a grocery shopping guide so you can go hit the store and get started today. All you got to do is click the link and download it for free.